Hi everyone, I'm LaShondra Butler, founder and principal designer of Butlerfly Interiors, and I have had the opportunity to interview off camera one of my most colorful and inspiring clients. We share alike minds because we both have STEM backgrounds, and she was not afraid to add color to her walls and color to her decor. So for that, she gets an A+ in my book and the accolade of calling her one of my favorite and most creative clients. Her name is Dr. Alicia Branch, one of my most creative clients that allowed me to have full creative direction in designing her home office. Okay, so Dr. Alicia, I know you'd love for me to call you Miss Alicia or prefer for me to, but I'm gonna call you Doctor because it's extremely important to say. So I would love for you to just tell my audience like how we met, how you feel about the space, and how we landed on colors and how you're not afraid of colors.
So we met through my sorority, Delta Sigma Theta, the Stoma Lithonia, the Jewel of the Mountain, from an event, a mental health event. So never did I ever think that your space has something to do with your mental. I know the way we dress and the way we, color, we put on color and it changes our mood, or we put on something and it changes our mood.
Yeah.
So that's how we initially met. And I was intrigued. I was just like, I had been struggling with my office and moved into a house in the middle of COVID. And so, of course, a lot of stuff was not available in stores, or, you just really couldn't get anything. And I really couldn't land on anything. And I was so busy, I couldn't do it myself.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, in order to get this done, I've got to get somebody in here to do it. And so when I went to the event, I was like, okay, I've got to go speak to her.
The girl.
And because your background, I'm a scientist, you're engineer, so it's all STEM.
We are the minds. And we just learned that we're both Sagittarius.
Yes.
So, yes.
So it was perfect. It was perfect. And so once I took the color thing, I like clean looks. I like the white. I like the blacks. But I honestly like color. I would say black and white are really shades, but everybody wants to go with those kind of looks. But I wanted color. I wanted something when I walked in the space that it was bright, it was cheery, it was exciting. And if I don't want to work in the space, I can still sit in the space.
Yeah.
And so I find myself skimming through the pictures that you sent, and every time I kept landing on the color pictures. And initially when we talked about the wall colors and I was like, all the different colors, like, I don't know how this is gonna work, but let's just walk in it. And I was blown off of like really how I really enjoyed all the colors. And they were all colors that I do like, I'm a Delta, but we do red. Yes. But I was never a big fan of red. I was always a fan of orange and yellow and green. And so we went with green and blue and red and yellow. So it made so much sense for me. And so, as I struggled with all the pieces of furniture, like how I really wanted the space and how I wanted to look. And originally I had ended up changing rooms. I was in a space, it was smaller, I felt cramped, most because I had to, dump a bunch of stuff into it, and I moved in the middle of COVID, so I dropped everything in here in the space. And so once I sent you pictures and videos, say, what about this? I've been thinking about changing over to this room. And you were just like, yes, we're changing to this room. And so it all fit. It all came together, and I'm enjoying it. I really am enjoying the space and, working in it. Even though I don't work as much in there here because we're back in the office a little bit more.
Yep.
But it's still a space that I enjoy.
Okay, good. Do you feel like a butterfly now that you have gone through this transformation?
You know what? I've always felt like I was a butterfly all through life.
Wow.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
That is perfect alignment then.
It was.
I love that.
Okay. It was. I've always felt like you know, the struggle, the little bit of struggles that you feel yourself going through, and for all of it to come out and it's beauty. They just give beauty, even though the struggle that they have to go through.
Yeah, yeah.
So I do truly enjoy that.
Oh, nice. Well, thank you so much for sharing.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it. All right.